oh man, that's interfering with my work. That's, like, this is, relationships ain't good for me. I don't make my best albums when I'm in a relationship.
Okay, you one of those, it's not you, it's me type nigga.
Looks like Common just pulled the same old move again, while slipping away from Jennifer Hudson the moment things started getting real. At first, they were inseparable, with J. Hud proudly stepping out in public by his side while he bragged about how they were equally yoked and that she was his #1. Shocking, right? But insiders are whispering that everything flipped when he popped the big question and Jennifer hit him with a straight-up no. Allegedly, Common felt played, humiliated even, and told people she had wasted his time. The wild part? This is coming from the same man who's been running through Black Hollywood for decades like it's his personal dating pool. Yet Jennifer isn't shedding a single tear over it. After already surviving 1 divorce, she's been saying that marriage was never her ultimate dream anyway, and if she ever even thought about walking down that aisle again, she sure wasn't about to ignore the red flags that folks have been warning her about for years. So is this really a breakup, or is there more tea bubbling under the surface? Now let's be real. Common has had a long Hollywood resume when it comes to dating. Erykah Badu, Tiffany Haddish, Serena Williams, Taraji P. Henson, Angela Rye, the list goes on. But him linking up with Jennifer Hudson? Nobody saw that twist coming. The two first got close while filming the movie Breathe and eventually started dating in 2022. Jennifer has always kept her love life under wraps, so of course she tried to play it cool, denying anything serious. She told people, "We shot a film together, he played my husband, and we gotta eat in between sometimes." But everyone knew that line was pure smoke, because even after filming wrapped, they were still spotted out together more than once, and you can't fake that chemistry.
As a human being, the failures I've had.
Common wasn't just casually hanging around Jennifer. This man literally hopped a flight all the way to London to support her at the premiere of her musical, A Strange Loop. Now let's be real, you don't cross oceans for someone who's just a friend you happen to meet on set. That's major boyfriend energy right there. Even though they kept denying the whispers, it finally got to a point where the hiding stopped. Common showed up on the Jennifer Hudson show, and when she asked him straight up, "Are you dating anyone?" he didn't dodge, he didn't stutter. He confirmed it right there. That was their big coming out moment, and fans instantly thought this was it, endgame. Jennifer stepping out, that boldly made everyone think wedding bells were next. And Common wasn't shy either. He made it crystal clear that if there was ever a woman he truly wanted to marry, it was her. That declaration had people convinced he was finally done with his playboy ways. But not everybody was buying the fairy tale. Some fans warned Jennifer to slow down, reminding her that Common has a history of getting real cozy in the spotlight with his high-profile girlfriends until things get too real. He's even admitted himself that his type is powerful, famous women who run their own lanes. He loves that first electric honeymoon stage, but when talk of settling down starts creeping in, that's when Common allegedly pulls his classic disappearing act, leaving women hanging with no closure. And honestly, people weren't exaggerating when they called Common Mr. Can't Commit. Look back at his history. It's the same cycle on repeat.
In relationships, on my responsibility, I'm taking that, learning from that, growing from it, using all the therapy, all the understanding that, man, let me enjoy moments. And also just life is about but creating happiness and creating joy and creating love and like embracing the grace that exists. So this is somebody, I mean, if I'm going to get married, it's to her.
Wow.
That's simple as that.
With Erykah Badu, the romance was deep and spiritual until he suddenly checked out. With Serena Williams, they were a power couple in the making, but he bailed when things got too serious. Tiffany Haddish even admitted she thought he was the one, but next thing we knew, he was gone like the wind. That's why so many folks were side-eyeing when he and Jennifer Hudson went public, because the pattern was too obvious. Everyone was like, "Sis, watch your back." Some even said Jennifer was just the latest chapter in his endless love story collection. But here's where it gets messy. Common wasn't just another guy for J. Hud. She really let her guard down with him, something she doesn't do often. Jennifer is notoriously private about her love life, so the fact that she stepped into the spotlight with him meant she was serious. That's why people were rooting for her, even while warning her to be careful. And now, with this alleged rejection of his proposal, the tables have turned. Suddenly it's Common feeling embarrassed, claiming his time was wasted when for years he's been the one leaving women stranded.
Are you dating anyone?
So, yes, and I'm in a relationship that is with one of the most beautiful people I ever met in life.
The irony is wild. Fans online are dragging him, calling it karma and saying now he knows how it feels when the game flips back on him. Jennifer Hudson has made it crystal clear. She's not about to jump into another marriage just because people expect her to. After going through a divorce with her ex, David Otunga, she learned the hard way that marriage isn't always the fairy tale it looks like from the outside. That breakup was tough, public, and messy, and ever since then, she's been vocal about how tying the knot has never been her ultimate dream. For Jennifer, it's not about the ring. It's about peace, stability, and protecting her heart. She's been focused on her son, her career, and building her empire on her own terms. So when Common came along and started talking marriage, she wasn't blind to the red flags. People in her circle have allegedly been warning her for years about his reputation, and this time she listened. And the gag is, Jennifer isn't sitting around heartbroken. While Common is allegedly out here sulking about wasted time, J. Hud is thriving, performing, hosting her talk show, and looking unbothered. Fans are even praising her for standing her ground and refusing to settle just because the pressure was on.
And she's smart, she loves God, she has something real down to earth about her. She's talented, but I set my standard kind of high because she had to have an EGOT. She had to win an Oscar on her first movie. I set my standard high. She had to get her own talk show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, Jennifer's showing that she's not desperate for the fairy tale ending. If anything, she's reminding everyone that sometimes walking away from the wrong guy is the ultimate power move. And in Hollywood, that's the kind of confidence that really shakes the room. This whole situation isn't brand new. Common has pulled moves like this before. Remember his relationship with Tiffany Haddish? He tried to spin their breakup as calm and mutual, but Tiffany wasn't having it. She dragged him out publicly, making it clear it was anything but mutual. According to her, she got dumped over the phone and it was completely one-sided. That right there showed everyone that when Common gets uncomfortable, he doesn't just walk away, like he ghosts in the coldest way possible. So with that history, Jennifer Hudson had every reason to keep her guard up. Nobody wanted to see her added to the long list of women blindsided by him. But here's the twist. She didn't have to worry about that because this time it wasn't Common doing the leaving. It was Jennifer saying no. Word is, Common actually proposed to Jennifer, and instead of the yes he expected, she turned him down flat. And let's be honest, this shocked everybody.
She's a Chicagoan, this amazing human being. I've always been like inspired by her. She's one of the most beautiful people I ever met on the planet. Incredible heart. And she's just dope, man.
It's like Common has always had the Playboy label stamped on him, with folks thinking he'd never settle down. So when he popped the question, Jennifer herself was caught off guard. But even in the moment, she couldn't bring herself to accept that ring. Why? Because deep down, Jennifer always had doubts. She believed Common hadn't completely let go of his bachelor ways. And after her long, rocky engagement to David Otunga, she had already promised herself she would never rush into that kind of commitment again. An insider even spilled that Common swore up and down to Jen that despite his past with so many famous women, he was ready to be serious. But Jennifer had heard that kind of talk before. She was engaged for 9 years once, and look where it got her. She wasn't about to end up at square one again. On top of that, Jennifer hasn't forgotten the pain and accusations tied to her past relationship. She knows what it feels like to be trapped in something toxic, and she's not about to relive it. So when Common tried to lock her down with a ring, Jennifer hit pause. She wanted to wait and see if his actions matched his words. But Common, oh, he did not take that rejection lightly. Insiders say he was furious. He thought at the end of the night he'd be celebrating an engagement announcement, only to be left humiliated when Jennifer turned him down. Allegedly, he feels blindsided, claiming they were on the same page and she switched up on him. Still, fans are standing firmly with Jennifer. They're cheering her on for refusing to become just another notch on Common's belt. Many are saying she made the smartest move, protecting her peace, her career, and her happiness instead of falling for what could have been just another temporary situation. People online are clowning Common, calling him out for thinking he had his retirement plan lined up with J. Hud when really, she wasn't fooled one bit. Jennifer's been through too much, she's grown too much, and she's leveled up too much to risk it all for a man whose track record screams commitment issues. Common might be salty, but Jennifer came out of this looking like the one in control, and that's the real win here. And now, I want to know what you think. Was Jennifer right to turn him down, or do you think she should have given Common a chance? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, hit that subscribe button, share this with a friend, and I'll see you on the next one.